In this video, a well-dressed and gorgeously looking woman in a red hoodie entered a Bristol police station, pointing a shotgun at her head. The station was eerily empty, but the strange woman began hitting the glass at the front desk. After a while, she began shooting at the glass, wandering about in the station. Her sole aim remains unknown. She took off her hoodie and sat on one of the chairs. However, she didn't stop firing gunshots at intervals while sitting. Although no one was in the station, the surveillance camera in the station was capturing every moment as the officers on duty watched her moves. Again, she stood up, but her reactions got worse, displaying mental health disorder. Meanwhile, the officers have surrounded the station at the time. The cops were well positioned, waiting for her vulnerable moment. As soon as she dropped the gun, the officers charged at her, and luckily she was apprehended. She was handcuffed and arrested at the spot. Her case remains a puzzle.
Brian, do not move. Do not move, Brian. Are these windows bulletproof?
Shots fired.
A powerlifting champion police sergeant has been dismissed from the force after shocking CCTV footage showed how he uses excessive force on his detainees. In a moment captured by the surveillance camera in the front desk, Sergeant Lithgow emerged from his desk and grabbed a male detainee by the neck before pushing him to the ground. He later claimed that the accused aggressively looked at another officer, hence his reaction. However, other officers stood by watching. In another scene, the sergeant attacked a detainee and held him by the neck in the cell while addressing him. Sergeant Lithgow has served as an officer with Hampshire Constabulary for over 25 years, and in 2018 broke a bench-pressing world record by pushing 231 kilograms. These police officers stood out to maintain an order of no recording inside the police station to curb insecurities in the station. In the video taken with a mobile phone, some men were trying to film the moments in the Jersey City police station, but were cautioned by the officers.
I got it, open the door, I said I'm going to enter the lab and take pictures, and then my action.
You're not allowed to take pictures of her.
Why not? You can't.
That's a Jersey City Police Department policy. There's no... You're not allowed to use your cell phone in here.
When asked the reason behind it, the officer answered it was the protocol of the police department. Hence, no one can take pictures or videos in the station. However, he further said if anyone were allowed to take any pictures at all, such a person wouldn't be allowed entry into the main station, possibly to check on any inmates. This highlights the delicate balance between transparency and security in law enforcement.
Here's going to be the
And
issue.
I'm not going to block the doorway.
Hold on. Here's the issue.
Right.
Well, if you guys want to stand on, so you guys want to stand here all night on the hall?
What I'd like to do is conduct my business that I told you I want to conduct, was to fill out my complaint form against that officer there.
This video footage has revealed how a Masin municipal police station was attacked by a terrorist organization known as the CPP-NPA. Reported on June 18, 2017, the members of the New People's Army Southern Panay, also called the Napoleon Tumagtang Command, successfully attacked and disarmed the erring police officers in the police station of Masin, Iloilo. Captured on the uploaded video, the New People's Army unit pulled up at the station in a vehicle. After a few moments, some of the rebels suddenly stepped down from the vehicle and went inside the police station. The militants chained and disarmed the 3 erring police officers while picking up firearms and gun weapons in the police station. Immediately after their operation, they escaped successfully as they ran away using a patrol car. according to the reports, the militants successfully disarmed the police officers as punishment for Philippine National Police's extortion. They were accused of extortion from small paddlers in the town center and toleration of illegal gambling and illegal drug proliferation. However, the Philippine National Police accused the rebels of stealing the laptop, cash, and jewelry of the police officers on duty. The video footage was taken on June 18, 2017. While it is said that police is your friend, the harsh realities of police brutality, corruption, and abuse of power have led many to question the validity of this statement and instead view law enforcement with suspicion, fear, and distrust. This police brutality scene was caught on camera at Tembisa Police Station in Gauteng, South Africa. A police officer was caught slapping a woman who, according to reports, was at the station to open a case. In the video that was taken from a car parked right in front of the police station main gate, 3 officers were standing on parole. Suddenly, one of the officers turned and slapped a woman standing behind him. Later on, he charged towards the lady filming from inside the car. The lady was forced out of the car, but she kept on filming the scenes as they were being assaulted by the officer. The assault on the victims was so tense that they began to shout and scream for help while running away from the officer's grip. The screaming went on for quite a long time till the video was cut. Here is another disgusting scene of a Uttar Pradesh cop pleasuring himself in front of women at the police station. The vulgar cop was filmed unknowingly on a phone camera in Uttar Pradesh's Deoria district, where he was self-gratifying himself in front of a woman complainant. The video was posted online and has gone viral. However, the pervert cop is on the run while action has been taken by the UP Police Department. He was instantly put on suspension and a first information report was lodged against him, registered under the attempt to molestation. A reward of about Rs 25,000 has been allocated for whoever gives information regarding the cop's whereabouts. In this terrifying footage, a mob set Central Police Station ablaze in Niue, Anambra. According to eyewitnesses, the mob attacked the station and set fire to the building. Although they didn't meet anyone, nor did they shoot anyone.
The police station is on fire since night yesterday. The police station is on fire.
Everybody
they burned it to ashes. They did not see anybody and they did not shoot anybody.
However, some of the inmates in custody were released and gave chances for many people to take back their seized properties too.
People are entering inside, people that seized their bikes are entering inside and releasing their bikes. This is the CPS.
In a surprising turn of events, an individual was filming a police officer inside the station, despite being told that recording was not allowed. The video captured the moment the officer explicitly stated that no videos or recordings could be made inside the precinct or during an arrest. However, the man claimed he wasn't recording when he clearly was, exposing a blatant disregard for law enforcement. Speculations have been made regarding his intentions for secretly filming the officer.
If you would just listen to me for 2 seconds.
Okay, go ahead.
Please, because you're doing too much. Listen, I'm just trying to tell you that I was telling them that they... Okay, but listen, just listen.
I don't want to know about the story.
No. This video has captured the moment a crazy, angry man stormed a police station lobby in the United States to make some demands. The man took some videographers along with him as he walked into the police station to begin his self-protest, claiming he wants justice.
I want answers, and I want answers now. I've been waiting too long for these answers, for a false arrest done by your sergeant. A false arrest done by your sergeant.
He continued protesting, disturbing the serenity of the station, but his actions were not regarded by the officers on duty. As he was being filmed, he kept on walking around, confidently shouting, "No justice, no peace." Later on, he revealed that he was protesting against domestic violence that has been a constant occurrence in the city. A victim was apprehended on this cause on a false arrest. Even though cases have been opened and filed against such acts, nothing has been done by the police department.
Because the Pawtucket Police Department hate me. And I've been turned into an internal affairs for an investigation. And I've been waiting 2.5 months now since she said she would do this investigation for answers. What was the last big thing that you heard from them?
A Colorado young man has been arrested and charged with attempted murder after crashing a police station while trying to escape from attacks. Over the past years, this man has reported some strange occurrences happening to him to the cops, but unfortunately nothing was done.
He drove his truck through a police station. This Colorado man reportedly made over 90 calls to police over the past few years, reporting strange occurrences that the police deemed unfounded.
On a fateful day, while trying to escape from a chase, he accidentally rammed into the police station lobby, destroying their properties. He was arrested immediately and charged with multiple cases. However, he confessed he did what he did so as to escape death.
Slams his truck through the front of the police station into the lobby. He was then arrested and now has been charged with a number of things, including attempted murder. But he reportedly told the police he had to do this because, quote, he did not want to be killed.
In this video, Payal Ghosh, a renowned Bollywood actress, arrives at the Versova police station to file a report of sexual abuse. Just recently, she made allegations of sexual misconduct against Anurag Kashyap. As per news reports, Payal Ghosh wanted to file a first information report against Anurag Kashyap. She reportedly stated that Anurag forced himself on her and tried to assault her sexually. Arriving at the station in a white Hyundai late in the night, many media personnel were on the ground to give detailed live accounts of the case. Payal was seen standing at the entrance with some officers on duty and her protocols. Four officers were reportedly killed in a shooting scene that happened inside a police station in Tirukavil. The Ampara district of the eastern province of Sri Lanka was agog after some unknown gunmen stormed the police station and caused calamities. Many properties were destroyed in the shootout. Police vans and several other buildings in the station were damaged by gunfire and explosions. Unfortunately, some of the officers on duty and other inmates suffered severe injuries and were rushed to the nearby hospital. However, the police department is still on the lookout for the criminals that dare attack the police station. A shocking video of a police officer committing an atrocity meant to be curbed by the same law enforcement has gone viral online, sparking widespread outrage and calls for accountability in the police force. In the uncalled-for incident captured in Nagpur, the officer on duty was caught gambling inside the station. This shocking breach of discipline and misconduct has led to an internal inquiry, raising concerns about the integrity and professionalism of the police force. In another shocking and terrifying incident, a Delhi policeman was mercilessly beaten by a crowd right inside the police station. A video of the incident has gone viral on social media, highlighting the alarming rise in mob violence and the growing lack of respect for law enforcement. This police constable was beaten up mercilessly by some men inside Anand Vihar police station in East Delhi, India. As he was being trashed, he was pleading for mercy, but no one listened to his plea. He was completely surrounded by a number of thugs. However, as he was being tortured, some of the men were filming the scene, and the disturbing footage has sparked widespread outrage. One of the men kept hitting the officer while sitting him down on a chair, holding his collar. Investigations, however, have revealed the cause of the tyrant act. Based on reports, a call was put across to the cops regarding a physical assault of a woman in Karkarduma. Her gold chain was snatched. In their response, the officers apprehended and arrested a suspect named Ajay, unaware of his attachment to a serial tyrant group. Upon his arrest, Ajay's group aides burst the station and provoked the officers on duty. The head constable was then the one abused. 2 of the suspects were arrested while the police department is yet to apprehend others. The assaulted officer was taken in for proper medical attention. In a similar case, a young man was caught on camera when he lost his temper and beat up a police official inside a police station in Mainpuri, Uttar Pradesh. In the video, the officer was trying to attend to the man alongside a woman in a sari, but after a while of chatting, the officer asked the man to step aside. This didn't sit well with the man, and the next thing, he was seen hitting the police officer. The officer tried to resist the man's punches, but he couldn't manpower him. Even using a plastic chair was a futile effort. Later on, the Uttar Pradesh Police Department stated that the youngster was a patient of mental illness, as informed by the family. The accused has therefore been booked and detained. A CCTV footage has revealed the moment another Uttar Pradesh cop accidentally shot a woman dead inside the police station. It was reported that the woman came around for her passport verification, unaware she was about to breathe her last.
पुलिस स्टेशन आने वाली इशरत जहां गोली लगने से जख्मी उत्तर प्रदेश में इंस्पेक्टर की मुजरिमाना लापरवाही का
The woman was standing before the officer at the front desk alongside another man. Suddenly, the officer collected a gun from a hand in the video. He was probably asked to load the gun, but as soon as he did, he unconsciously pointed the gun at the woman and pulled the trigger. Immediately, the bullet hit the woman's head and she fell down. She died instantly.
में इंस्पेक्टर की मुजरिमाना लापरवाही से खातून जिंदगी और मौत की जंग लड़ रही है, जहां इंस्पेक्टर की लापरवाही से पिस्तौल चल गई और गोली खातून के सर में लग गई। ये अफसोसनाक वाकया अलीगढ़ जिला।
In the Mehsana, Gujarat Police Department, a woman police constable was suspended for creating a TikTok video inside the Langnaj police station. The female officer, named Arpita Chaudhary, was seen dancing to a Bollywood song in front of a lockup.
સસ્પેન્ડ થઈ છે મહેસાણાથી આ વિડિયો બનાવ્યો હતો, પોલીસ સ્ટેશનમાં આ ટિકટોકનો વિડિયો બનાવ્યો હતો, જેના કારણે વિવાદ થયો હતો. લાંઘણા
Transferred into the jurisdiction in 2018, the officer, a recruit, was spotted dancing to a TikTok video just to while away time. She even filmed and posted the video by herself. This lackadaisical behavior didn't sit well with the authority, and legal action was immediately taken to curb further indiscipline in the law enforcement.
આ ટિકટોકનો વિડિયો બનાવ્યો હતો, જેના કારણે વિવાદ થયો હતો. લાંઘણજ પોલીસ સ્ટેશનમાં ફરજ બજાવતી હતી આ મહિલા કોન્સ્ટેબલ, અને ટિકટોકના કારણે હવે તેની મુશ્કેલી વધી છે, કારણ કે તેણે પોલીસ સ્ટેશનમાં આ વિડિયો બનાવ્યો હતો, જેના કારણે તેની સામે હવે ખાતાકીય પગલાં લેવાયા છે. ટિકટોક વિડિયો બનાવવા પર આ મહિલા પોલીસ કોન્સ્ટેબલને સસ્પેન્ડ કરાઈ છે.
A deserted police station has been discovered, giving concerns as to what led to the law enforcement vacating the premises. In the released video circulating on the internet, The creepy abandoned station in Glasgow was surprisingly found with all its facilities still intact. The police precinct was still in good shape and clean. However, netizens are wondering why it was just abandoned with no traces. Speculations about the sudden closure range from budget cuts to insecurities, endangering the lives of the officers, the inmates, and the community. Meanwhile, mind-blowing footage has been released showing how a faithful police dog was given a befitting retirement in the police station after a long-term loyal service to the law enforcement agency. In the video, the dog was called in to search a suspicious bag, but didn't know it was a planned surprise for him.
This police dog was called in to search a suspicious bag, but instead he got a surprise. It turned out that the officers had organized a retirement ceremony for him. They began throwing balls at him as the tradition entailed. Happily, he leapt around trying to catch the balls. It was a scene filled with laughter and applause as the beloved police dog celebrated his well-deserved retirement. A retirement ceremony for him. The dog was incredibly happy with the gift and tried to catch every ball, realizing that after a long and faithful service, it was time to go on.
While it is essential to celebrate and jubilate even in the police station when a milestone is achieved, it is likely vital to remain vigilant and focused on the tasks ahead. More so, be more careful by not letting one's guard down. This body cam footage captured the moment a police officer fell off a moving patrol van during an official escort. Following the convoy for the head of the department, the van moved out of the police station. The driver speedily swerved around the corner at the main entrance of the station, throwing the officer off the car. Unconsciously dropping down from the moving van, he landed on the ground, narrowly escaping being crushed by the tire. The van stopped immediately and he was quickly attended to. Outside a police station in Northampton, some armed police officers took down a man who had a bomb in his bag. The officers got to the scene and found the man at the spot he was standing. The 46-year-old man had called 9999 earlier and told them he was taking a bomb into the police station in Weston Favell.
You can put the bag down, come and get the cigarette, and you can go back to the corner. All right?
All right, I've got the cigarette.
You got the cigarette?
I've got the cigarette.
Right, we'll put it on this corner here.
Oh, sure.
And then we'll move back. Right, we'll put it here for you.
Upon the cops' arrival, he requested a cigarette, and the officers told him he'd be given one when he dropped down the bag with him. The brave officers approached him with the pack of cigarettes and dropped it on the handrail. The officers seized the opportunity to apprehend him shortly after, as he moved forward to get the cigarettes. However, as his bag was removed and checked, it was discovered that he had no bomb in it but his clothes. Later identified as Jayesh Thanki, he was arrested immediately and sentenced to 3 years in prison.
Put the bag down now! Put the bag down now! Put the bag down now! Put it down! Put it down!
Here is critical footage of a man who was fatally shot while attempting to shoot an officer on duty in a police station. The strange man walked into the precinct towards the front desk and pulled out his gun. He pointed the gun at the officer on the desk. The brave cop quickly pulled out his gun too, opened the front desk glass, and released sporadic fire on the suspect. He kept on firing until the man was totally dead. A video of some policemen thrashing 2 youngsters inside a police station in Karnataka has also been circulating on the internet. The video filmed on a mobile phone revealed how policemen thrashed two young men with belts inside a police station in Kopal district. A constable was seen holding the belt, repeatedly striking the victims while other officers stood by looking.
One India News and I am Akash. Video of policemen thrashing two youngsters inside a police station in Karnataka is going viral. The video shot on a mobile phone shows policemen thrashing two men.
Based on reports, the youth jumped signals in the Kopal town despite traffic restrictions owing to a temple festival even while the cops were there. Then the duo was intercepted, but an altercation between the pair and the police broke out. Irked by the duo's behavior, the police took them to the station, where they were beaten up with belts. However, the failure of other officers to intervene or stop the crucial treatment has raised serious concerns about police brutality.
Kopal town owing to a temple fest on Thursday, while traffic restrictions were imposed to motorists whose identity has not been revealed, had jumped signals despite police presence.
Legal authorities have released a shocking new body cam video of a brazen and violent attack at the Harbor Community Police Station in San Pedro, in which a man wrestled a gun away from an officer and then opened fire with it. On the fateful day, the man was caught on the surveillance camera outside the precinct walking in. He spoke with the desk officer for a while before turning around and leaving, but shortly after, he returned with the unexpected. Approaching the officer again, he launched violent attacks this time, throwing punches at the cop. The officer fell to the floor, but the man didn't stop attacking him. He seized the officer's gun and began to hit him on the head with the gun. Helpless, the cop called out for help. The assistant watch, commander on duty, got hold of the situation and shot a fear into the air, and the suspect ran away. The Los Angeles Police Department swung into action, chasing the criminal. Luckily for them, they were able to apprehend him barely 2 miles away from the police station. According to an eyewitness, the criminal tried to escape being caught, but he was already surrounded. He was brought to book and taken into custody. Another criminal has been arrested after he opened fire inside a New York City police precinct, striking one victim in the arm. It was just a few hours after another police officer was shot and injured in his patrol car in an attempted assassination.
To a Fox News alert, a police officer is shot inside the headquarters of the 41st Street precinct in New York City. The officer...
Captured by the surveillance camera, the man in the black hoodie walked into the station, calmly pulled out a gun and began shooting. However, he was quickly subdued by the responding officers on duty. He was arrested and charged with multimeter cases. Here is a mind-blowing scene of a mailman who reached out to the police station for help when he was troubled carrying out his daily task. Confused from delivering an acceptance letter from the university, he walked into the precinct and was attended to accordingly. The officers, upon realizing the importance of the letter, tried to reach out to the number on the letter, but it was unreachable. Shockingly, the officers dropped other tasks they were on and committed themselves to helping the mailman. Some tried checking available data, while others tried reaching out to families and friends based on information obtained from the recipient's data. After some time, they managed to get through a mother who confirmed the letter was for her daughter. Not long after, the mother arrived at the station to pick up the letter for her daughter, who was eagerly awaiting the good news. This CCTV footage captured a frightening moment of a female officer who got choked while eating in a New Jersey police station. The officer, identified as Caitlin Lammer, was having her meal when suddenly she began choking on the food. Realizing she couldn't clear her airway, she got up and called for help through the front desk glass. Seeing how she was struggling to breathe, the sergeant quickly ran towards her. The sergeant used the Heimlich maneuver to clear Lammer's airway and was luckily rescued. Due to the rescue, she suffered a sore throat, but thankfully she later recovered. She was left to rest for a while. Later, she commented on the scene as the scariest occurrence of her life. Had it not been for timely intervention, she'd have lost her life. In this video, a lost dog found her way into a police station, where she turned himself into a police officer. Captured by the security camera, the dog walked into the precinct using the door and sat at a corner beside the chair in the reception.
A lost border collie turned herself in to police. The Leicestershire Police Department says they made a new furry friend last week. When Rosie walked right in the door...
According to the Leicestershire Police Department, the clever dog, named Rosie, wandered away from home and found her way to the precinct. Luckily for her, she had her collar on, which was used to locate her family. She was reunited with the family thereafter. In this terrible scene, a Nigerian police officer has been caught on camera assaulting a lady in Edo State. The annoying officer slapped the lady while ranting that he would injure her and take her in for medical treatment afterwards. This brutality has left the people wondering when sickening things like this would come to an end. However, the Edo State Police Command has arrested and detained the police sergeant, identified as Sergeant Samuel Imakor, for slapping a lady, Mercy Ajayi, at the police station.
I will send you to hospital where I give you. The spirit of the man is I will put it on this. I am waiting for this.
A suspect held in police custody has reportedly shot a sergeant dead in Croydon Police Station. The video that captured how the Metropolitan officer, identified as Matt Ratana, was released online and shown to the jury. Louis de Zoyza was arrested for possessing illegal cannabis and ammunition and was put in a cell. However, some officers approached him in the cell to question him, to which he refused to respond. He rather told them to leave.
It's been a bit...
Go on, what?
I
think this is I understand, stand up.
Sergeant Ratana came in afterwards to address him and later asked him to stand up after asking for his cooperation. Lewis stood up but pulled out an antique revolver from his trousers instead. Still handcuffed, he fired the weapon and the serpent was down.
Okay, listen to me. My name's Matt, I'm the custody officer, right? I'm in charge. I'm not involved in the investigation. You've been arrested on suspicion of possession of...
Louis de Zoyza is seen pulling out an antique revolver, thought to have been hidden in his armpit, before firing a shot directly towards the officer. Immediately, the other officers tackled him while he continued gripping the gun. He was tasered and charged with multiple crimes. In Espanola, a freaky scene has been captured in a surveillance video recently taken at the Espanola police station. It was a Saturday night while the police officer was on duty, keeping watch of the cameras around the station. Suddenly, he saw a bizarre figure captured by one of the cameras. The officer, identified as Romeo, reported that what he saw was indeed a ghost, as there was no way in or out of the secured area at the time. Had it been a human, his reflection would have attracted and activated the alarm sound, so it was to be nothing but a ghost. Detectives, however, confessed that there have been a lot of stories of ghosts lately around the area. Mauricio, the cops also reported hearing strange voices echoing through the station in the night. Unexplainable images are also seen occasionally in the lobby. However, reports have it that no one has reportedly died in the station since its inception in 2006. The authorities of the Rialto Police Department have also been engaged in shooting combat with a strangely armed man. The ordeal was reportedly captured by the surveillance camera at the secure area of the station, while the suspect was trying to penetrate into the station through the area. An officer pulled into the parking lot, not realizing that the suspect in a black Dodge Challenger had followed him into the secured area. The suspect charged at the officer, who in turn opened fire at the man. He shot and wounded the man, who was also shooting with a rifle. He was taken to the hospital, after which he was later arrested for attempted assault. In this video, a Warren police officer was to face charges for an excessive force incident that happened in the jail at Warren Precinct. The officer was caught in a surveillance camera forcefully attacking an inmate in the station.
After having an argument with the inmate, 7 Action News reporter Winnie Burney has a look at why the police commissioner is calling his alleged actions.
Around 6 a.m. on that fateful day, the cop was seen questioning the suspect in the booking room. Then he stood up, walked towards the 19-year-old, and began hitting him. Other officers on duty quickly rushed towards them and got the boy from the officer's grip. The alleged action was a disgraceful one to the police department, and for this course, he was brought to book and charged for breach of discipline. Another shooting scene at the San Diego Police Headquarters downtown has been released by the department. On June 7, 2020, a body cam camera captured the moment a 25-year-old was surrounded while hiding hands-free inside a van by the cops.
Let me see your hands! Hands! Let me see your hands right now!
This body cam video released by San Diego police shows the 25-year-old man with his hands free, police say, while waiting in the vehicle alone.
Later on, the officers discovered that he had a gun, and they backed off after he shot from the rear glass of the vehicle. With the first shot from the suspect, the officers fired back, and minutes later, he came out of the car. He tried to open the front door of the car but could not. Despite several orders to drop his gun, he refused to oblige while striving to find his way out. The cops then released a canine who attacked him from behind. He was later apprehended and arrested. However, the cops begin first aid treatment on him immediately for his injuries.
You can hear officers trying to get him to drop the weapon.
Bro, let me see your hands. Stop. We don't want to shoot you. Nobody wants to shoot you, bro. Let me see.
The case of brutality has risen to become a constant case in the police force. In this last video, we'd show you how a Delhi police official was captured brutally thrashing a youth using a stick inside the police station. While the assault by the officer was ongoing, the young lad was seen begging for mercy, but the personnel refused to stop. However, another officer was seen witnessing the annoying scene seemingly pleasured as he beamed with a smile occasionally. The Delhi Police Department has taken up the case ordering probes to look into the misconduct of the officers.